What up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. It's your guy, SumnSumnSumn. Hit the keys. I know you already saw the thumbnail in the title of the video. Today we're here to talk about if Shaperbox 2 by Cableguys is still worth it in 2022. Make sure if you guys like this content though, you drop a whole elbow on that like button, hit subscribe and that notification bell so every time we bring you guys a new video, you can be the first to see. But let's go ahead and get right into this review. Some, hit the key. All right, guys. So I'm just gonna be real with y'all. Of course, this plugin's still worth it in 2022. I do want to put the disclaimer out there that Cableguys did not hit me up to do this video. This is not a sponsored video. I just seen it that it was on sale on ADSR for $99 right now, and it's definitely a good deal. So I kind of just wanted to go through the plugin for anybody who may be living underneath a rock and who might not have seen this plugin before. So when you open up the plugin, it is going to look like this. With Shaperbox 2, you know, you get the time plugin, which is halftime on steroids. You get Drive Shaper, which is the most fire distortion plugin out. You get Noise Shaper, which you can put all kinds of different noises and textures on all your melodies or your drums or whatever you want to put it on. You get Filter Shaper, which basically is a pretty solid filter effect where you can do some gating effects and you can do some ducking effects and stuff like that, some side chaining. You have Crush Shaper, which is, you know, obviously a bit crusher. You have Volume Shaper, which kind of is like a gating effect as well. You have Pan Shaper, which is solid for panning hi-hats and all kinds of different sounds all over your beat. And then you have Width Shaper, which basically is like a stereo animation. So, you know, you can make your sound wide or you can make it mono in the mix. So I made a little beat as always. We're going to go through different parts of the Shaperbox 2 on this beat, just so you can see different things that this plugin can do. So I'm going to play the beat initially without any Shaperbox 2 on there. And then as we go through this demonstration, I'm going to keep putting it on different parts so you can hear what it sounds like. And the difference just adding this one plugin can make to your beat. So this is what the beat sounds like. All right, so that's the little beat that I put together for you guys for the demonstration. You already know what I'm going to say. It's not all the way mixed down, but you know, it is what it is. So let's go ahead and hop back into Shaperbox. So the first feature in Shaperbox I'm going to go over is obviously the obvious, which is TimeShaper. TimeShaper is basically halftime, but you can do all kinds of different stuff. Like you can put stutters, you can put scratches, you can do all kinds of stuff. And so basically, obviously, you guys should all know what halftime sounds like at this point. But if you don't, we'll go ahead and go into it. So when you go into this, you're going to want to go into the halftime effect, and then you're going to just basically come over here to tape, and it makes it sound like this. So that's pretty dope, obviously. But then you can do all kinds of other stuff as well. So you can come over here to different patterns. So, you know, you got patterns that can change the way that it sounds. So that's one of the classic patterns. This pattern right here is also very clutch. And so you can also use this mix knob and mix it down as much as you want in there. So then with all these modules, you do have different controls that you can go through as well. I'm not going to go through all the controls in every single module because this isn't a tutorial for Shaperbox. It's just kind of a brief overview to show you guys some of the stuff you can do with the plugin. So then again, if you come over here to scratch in the halftime one, you know, you can get some cool scratching sounds. So obviously you can do all kinds of stuff with this plugin as well. So, you can change the shape that you want to use. You have pencils, you have all kinds of different shapes that you can use to draw your designs and whatever, to change the way the scratching or the filtering or the distortion or whatever it sounds like. So that's cool as well. So what's next I want to show you is one of the features that I like a whole lot about this plugin is that if you're on this main page, you can actually hit this initialize button. And with this initialize button, it has all kinds of presets. And the presets already have a bunch of the different modules put together. So when you look here at the main page down here, you can add all the modules here. So you can, stack up all your effects in Shaperbox 2 and you can create the sound that you want. So like, let's say I just pick a random sound. So we'll pick this pan duck. So it's going to sound like, let's go ahead and let's hop to this part of the beat. So when we come like right here, if we just listen to the melody, again, the melody sounds like this. All right, but now like, let's say we start messing with Shaperbox to change the way that the melody sounds. So let's go ahead and we put it on that pan duck setting. So it sounds like this. So let's go ahead and go through some different ones and just hear what they sound like. So this one says new beat. Halftime 1 bar. So it's pretty nice. And then they have a bunch of different packs over here. So this is basically where you can just get different stuff. So, you can go lo-fi. So let's go ahead and just pick one of these at random. Let's pick this grain stutter. And so what's cool about this too is that you can use this master mix to pull back, obviously the mix. And so, you can blend the wet with the dry better that way. So it just gives you a whole completely different sound. So next, let's go ahead and what we're going to do for this beat is we're going to put this back on time, and then we're going to put it at the beginning of the beat for the intro, because we're going to basically just build a little bit of the beat real quick. So we'll put it on halftime. We'll leave it on halftime. We're going to draw a little animation clip real quick, and then boom, we'll have it here. We'll put the animation clip at the beginning. Bam, we got it there. So we'll just leave that there so that we can use that as an intro to the beat. So now let's go to the next part. So another thing that I like about this plugin is the distortion on the plugin. The distortion is super fire. So like with the distortion, you guys remember this again is what the beat sounded like. All right, so now once I turn Shaperbox on there, now listen to the bass. So when you're looking at the bass, with these patterns, what's dope about these patterns is that you can draw 3 different patterns on different bands. So if I wanted to, bam, I've got 2 patterns going now on different bands. Then I have a 3rd band here. I can move over and I can put another pattern on this band. So now I'll have the distortion, 3 different distortion types on 3 different bands, my low, my mid, and my high. And you can move these over as far as you want. So that's fire. You have different kinds of drives. So you can pull the drive back if you want to. You can move it up or down like that. You also have different styles. So you have different clips. So you have hard clip, soft clip, all this right here. You have envelopes over here. So if you turn it on and you click on this right here, it gives you even more options and more controls over here. So that's fire as well. Next, we're going to talk about the pan. So with the panning, I'm just gonna mute the hi-hats and play them by themselves for a second. So this is what the hi-hats sound like without the panning on there. So super basic hi-hat pattern. Now let's throw the panning on there. So you can hear how they're going all across. Then you can do the same thing with this if you want to. You can add different patterns to this as well for different frequency bands. So it'll just shoot to different frequency bands all over the place. So let's listen to it. And so again, you have different links in which you can do it. You can do so much with it. Again, I'm not going to get too in detail because I want to kind of briefly go over a few more of the other modules. But now this is what the beat sounds like with just the little changes that we made. So then another thing that you can do is, so let's come over here and let's turn Shaperbox back on. So I picked a random preset earlier, and that random preset basically makes it sound like this with no other effects but just shut up Shaperbox. So you can obviously hear that difference from that to this. So it just completely changes the sound of the beat completely. So that's fire as well. So what we're going to do now is we're just going to put that on here, and we're going to draw an automation with this as well. Just so that you can kind of hear a few different differences in the beat as it goes. So we're going to put that one right here. So it'll be the second part of the chorus. And so then I want to show you guys one more thing that's also a nice feature as well in this plugin. And it's just basically how you can do like breakbeats and stuff like that, which is also a super, super nice feature. Like you can use this to do complete switch ups for your beats and stuff like that. So I'm not going to go in every single module. I am sorry for that. But I have done a review on NoiseShaper. NoiseShaper is a very fire plugin. I mean, you get all kinds of different sounds with this plugin. Like you get all these different sounds that you can use, and you can automate, and you can draw. You can use different sounds on different bands. So you can have like a vinyl crackle in the lower band frequency. Then you can throw like, you know, some grind churning on like the mid frequencies. And then on the high, you can throw like vaping, you know what I'm saying? Ice Krispies, Ice Palace, all kinds of different stuff. I mean, this plugin is very, very fire. But the last thing that I want to show you guys about this plugin is like how you can do breaks. So like you can put a break in a beat so you can do a nice little switch up. So let's go ahead and hop back into Shaperbox, and let's open up another instance of Shaperbox. So let's go ahead and grab it. Boom, bam. All right, and so now what we're gonna do is we've got this little section highlighted. So we're gonna open it back up, and then we're gonna go ahead and hit right here and go to our menus. And then you'll see how it has chop and repeat and all that stuff. That's what we're looking for. So now it's got different kind of fills and stuff like that that you can use. So we're just gonna hit play, and we're gonna go through some of the fills. Sorry, I know that was kind of loud. My apologies for that. Make sure I have everything unmuted. So we're actually just going to use that one right there. So that one works. So I'm going to turn off the drive though on that one. I don't need it. I don't want the distortion. So now what we can do with this is we can draw another automation clip. So let's go ahead and just draw another automation clip real quick. Boom, bam, create automation clip. So now we can have it hop into the next part of the beat where we had Shaperbox switch up again. And then guys, after we made those few little adjustments, this is what the beat sounds like.